What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we got a brand new video. So we're gonna be going over the new update on Slime Isekai Memories. This is our first big update. The game only came out a few days ago, but we already have an event, a new banner, and plenty of things to go on to get farming with, which I am happy with. So I was approaching the end of the story already. I'm on chapter 10, and I was like, okay, well, it's gonna be kind of boring if I just have to go through the story on normal then expert. There's not much else to do. So I am happy that we do have some new content to go with already. But other than that, patch notes are pretty bleak. There's no like nice consolidated way to see what is going on, what you need to do, everything involving the event so that you don't miss out on anything. So we'll be going over everything today, including the summons and the event itself. I'm not going to focus too much on the summons. I'll probably make a separate video on should you summon. It's so circumstantial, right? There's like 80 different things that would determine if these units are actually good or not, if you want them. But the short of it is this is a PvE game. You don't need to summon. This is not a power creep thing here. These units are average to... They're about average, right? They're not game breaking. They're not amazing. They're not bad. They're relatively average. But if you want to make a dark team, you're like, I really like the dark units, or I like this element a lot. You know, that's a good reason to summon. But other than that, there's really not much else to the summoning process. I'll break down what they do in a different video if you want. But Shion is the Divine Protector, and Diablo is the unit, you know, just a dark unit. Other than that, there's not much else going on here. You can take a look at the drop rates and everything, and you can actually see what each character does. Quick TLDR, I think Orc Disaster is better than Shion personally as the Dark Leader. And Diablo is cool, but he's not a strong character on his own. He gets better with more Dark units on your team because of the fact that he decreases all targets' Dark resistance by 10%. And very often, you will not have like this is going to be really good if you're attacking with multiple dark units because his attack stat is not that high to begin with. But even though he gets a little 20% buff, this is probably better used with like, you use it and someone else attacks type of thing. Other than that, we have, I believe, the full roster of units on here. Big thing being Diablo, Shion, Beretta are the units that are actually on the dark team and summonable. Beretta and Shion are probably just better units than Diablo for the dark team. But yeah. So, with the summoning out of the way, one last thing is, this has its own pity, separate from everything else. So, just keep that in mind. So, if you're summoning here, you know, summon until you want. Your pity doesn't carry over, I'm pretty sure. I could be mistaken, but yeah, who knows. Going on to the event, we have a pretty cool event going on here. You go under quest, you go under event, and you'll see that we have interview with Demon Butler and Nation of Monsters Diabolic Secretary. This is just a quick like one mission thing to get you about 100 crystals, which is nice, but the main event is this. We got story quest and Predator battle coming soon. Predator battle will be you fight against big boy over here to get this golden currency, which is the main resource of this event. We have a humongous list of total milestones, and it just keeps going down, right? So many things, up to 300,000. Now, one thing that I didn't mention that I forgot is when you log in, there's a login, like a daily login bonus or whatever you want to call it, like login rewards, and you'll get a free Benimaru that is dark theme, and you get a lot of awakening abilities for him. Like a lot of his dupe crystals are in this event. You can 100% get him to 5-star, and I don't believe you can get him to 6-star with with the event, but you can get him multiple dupes into the 5-star. So keep that in mind, that he'll end up actually being a pretty strong unit on the dark team itself when it comes to this, you know, completing this event. If you do end up with Shion or you already have Orc Disaster, make sure that you complete this event all the way because he's going to be a key unit on your dark team. Now, going forward, the main thing to do with the story quest is you're just going in and you're beating the story. And it has a drop table that includes Mysterious Lightstones, Orc of Shadowy Twilight, which is you will get a... Actually, it might be easier if I show you here. And... No, that's the banner. This one. So, going down, here's just a little image. Okay, for the Benimaru, we get a weapon and body, not earpiece. But here, it gives Benimaru defense and attack, which is huge. So that that Shadowy Twilight thing, I'm pretty sure is used to upgrade these things. His specific equipment, up in rarities or in general. So that's why that's relevant. Just something to keep in mind. Let me go through and kind of see what else important here. Another big thing is building facilities. If you go under Build Nation, load up. Mine's upgrading right now, but I have a Butler House, which is an event exclusive population building, meaning once this event is gone, you no longer have access to the Butler House, and you can actually build more than one. You can build up to 3, which is huge. That means there's 3 buildings that you normally wouldn't have access to just by playing the main story, and these are just additional ways to get your citizens up. This is also relevant because if you come over to here, where you do your dailies and everything, and you go into limited, you get a lot of stamina pods for getting your Butler House up. Pretty big. Other than that, we have an event bingo board on top of our Shuna bingo board, and this gives us copies of Benimaru. I couldn't find anywhere if there's more bingo boards behind this, but we have 2 here, and if it's anything like the Shuna, there probably will be more, another bingo board or 2. This says complete bingo sheets, so there definitely has to be more than 1. Just, I don't know how many there are. Yeah, it just doesn't tell me. I wish it did. So that's how you get copies of Benimaru, or that's one way to get copies of Benimaru. The other way is by going through the actual event. Going through the event, you will see that there are copies of Benimarus here at certain breakpoints. There's a lot in here. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, there is a boatload of Benimaru awakening stuff in here. So you can easily get them to 5-star as long as you're doing the event. Then you can actually just spend the currency. These are milestones you get for simply hitting the number of total acquired. But you can hit the bazaar button and you can actually just spend it. Here is where you get the blueprint for the Butler House. I've only bought 1, but there's 2 more that I can get. And then there's the Benimaru dupe, and then here's the rest of the shop. Really, really nice. Make sure you max out these 2 first and then worry about anything else later. This is kind of whatever. Just buy and pick whatever you need as you upgrade stuff. Not that big of a deal. And then we have Octagram Bazaar, which is a new addition, and that's how you get access to this Milim. This is free to play Milim at the moment, but as of right now, this is not a character that you're going to get with this event. You're going to partially build towards it. You see here that the Octagram, it costs 100 to get that Milim. If we go back to quest and we take a look at, well, where do you actually get that material? It's part of the milestones here. Yeah, I saw it. Where'd it go? You get 5 at certain milestones, and I believe it caps at 30 in total for the entire event. Like, I already have gotten 5. I think the number is 30. I didn't go ahead and count them. I heard from somewhere else around the Discord that it was 30, meaning that a couple of these events have to go by for you to actually get that Milim. But That Milim is pretty busted from what it seems like. And especially if you can get dupes on the Milim, it's going to be really, really nice when you get her up to 6-star. She's a space Milim, which means that it'll be really nice if you have Charybdis and Space Rimuru. So yeah, that's all the rewards explained. Let's actually go through the missions itself. But one thing to keep in mind is that you can't actually do parallel processing on any of these, which really sucks. It means that you have to actually go through and do the missions every single time. Now, let me explain what the drop boost is. As of right now, when you clear, here is the table for whatever mission you're doing, and the mysterious light stones get a drop bonus for the amount of dark units you have on your team. It's 5% for a dark protector, and it is, I think, 3% for a battle unit. But if you have Benimaru, so if you equip the Benimaru specifically that you got today or with this event, you get 20%, and if you awaken him, you get more. And if you have Xion or Diablo from this banner, you get even more. That's pretty important to note, that if you have them, it makes farming this event go a lot faster. But I don't have them. I'm considering summoning because I have Orc Disaster, so I want the Diablo just to have one more unit on my team. But other than that, if I just go here and I do optimize for Dark Attribute, you'll see here that I have 31% bonus, 3% for the Rimuru, and yeah. There's too many vowels there. I'm sorry. But you can kind of min-max like this. If you don't have Orc Disaster, there's actually Chapter 9, beating the last mission. Chapter 9 will give you the 4-star person for this. And he has the ability... Okay. Go back. I'm not looking at you. Stop that. Stop it. If I go to... Why am I blanking out? Skills. So you'll see here, he does dark in space. Something to keep in mind that if you don't have here and you want to farm with dark units to kind of min-max, you would make a dark team using as many of the free units you have. I don't know if I pulled... this Rimuru or if he was free or not, but I know the Soe is free. And the Benimaru, like the Soe you get during one of the missions, and the Benimaru you got today. So that plus the Divine Protector will give you at least 26% drop boost if you want to use them. And keep in mind that you don't have to use them as the battle characters. You can have your team set up, and you can just use them here as a support unit. Because as of right now, more often than not, you won't have matching support types unless you summoned or got lucky. So just throw them in somewhere. It doesn't matter if you lose a little bit of stats. It's really not that big of a deal. At least you're getting a little bit more bonus, and then when you clear, you'll get your main amount of stones plus a smaller bonus amount. And what ends up happening is the harder difficulty you do, the higher amount you will get. So especially once you start getting to expert, which I haven't even attempted yet. So I'm going to see how far I can get. And again, reminder, I am free to play besides my 5-star Soe, who was a GSSR ticket. But other than that, the rest of my units are completely free to play. And I managed to get to 160k without, you know, just free to play. Like, I don't know. So it's definitely doable to get through this event. You know, not that big of a deal. You can get to this. If I could get to this EP, you can get to this EP. And if you're wondering how I got to here, free to play, just follow my previous video where I break down EP and everything. Yeah, best of luck to everyone on this event. That is the main thing about going through all this stuff. And hope you have a good one. Make sure to stay connected for more slime content. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.